Hey there, online English teachers. You already know that great teaching is so much more than just, logging on. If you really want to thrive in that virtual classroom, you need the right digital toolkit. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're building the ultimate tech stack for modern ESL educators.
So let's be real for a second. Have you ever felt that digital chaos? You're juggling a dozen different apps, platforms, and all this software, and it's just a lot. Well, if that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. It's something pretty much every teacher goes through, and honestly, it can totally get in the way of doing what you do best, teaching.
But here's the thing. The solution isn't to just throw more apps at the problem. No, the answer is a smarter system. And that system has a name, a professional tech stack. So instead of thinking about this random pile of tools you've collected, I want you to imagine a sleek, integrated system, one that's designed from the ground up to make your life easier and your students' learning experience totally seamless.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll touch on the new reality of online teaching. Then, we'll get crystal clear on what a tech stack even is. After that, we're diving deep into the tools for engaging students and managing your class. And finally, we'll look at how to future-proof your teaching. Ready? Let's get into it.
All right, Section 1. Let's start with a little reality check here. Teaching English online, it's not a side gig anymore. It's a full-blown global career path. And, like with any serious career, having the right professional tools isn't just a nice-to-have. It's absolutely essential for your success.
So, this term, tech stack, what are we even talking about? Well, put simply, it's your entire collection of software and platforms. Basically, everything in your digital toolbox that you use to run your virtual classroom. And here's the key. The goal isn't just to have a bunch of tools. The goal is to create a system where everything works together perfectly for a super efficient workflow.
So, how do you even begin to build this thing? Well, a really solid tech stack is built on 4 main pillars. These pillars cover pretty much every single thing an online teacher needs to do. And here they are, the 4 main jobs your tech stack needs to handle. Number 1, live communication. Actually talking to your students. 2, lesson creation. 3, student assessment, so checking how they're doing. And 4, class management, which is all the behind-the-scenes admin stuff. The big idea here is that every single tool you pick should fit neatly into one of these categories.
All right, let's jump into Section 3, and honestly, this is the big one. This is where the magic happens, right? It's where the actual teaching goes down, and it's all about that live connection and making your lessons really pop.
When it comes to learning a language, there is absolutely nothing that can replace live, real-time interaction. It's just not possible. Your students need that instant feedback on their pronunciation. They need that chance to actually practice speaking. And that, right there, is why your video platform is the absolute bedrock of your entire tech stack.
Now, the top platforms probably won't surprise you. You've got Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams. They're all solid, but for us ESL teachers, Zoom has a secret weapon, a total killer feature, breakout rooms. Seriously, they are an absolute game changer for doing group work or any kind of paired speaking practice.
And hey, this isn't just me saying this. The data backs it up. According to EdTech Review, when you pair video with interactive tools, student engagement can shoot up by over 60%. That is huge. It really proves it's not just about turning on your camera, right? It's about what you do with that time together.
Which, of course, brings us to the tools you use to create your lessons. I mean, sure, you've got your trusty Google Slides and PowerPoint, but things get really interesting when you bring in a tool like Canva. It is amazing for designing beautiful, engaging worksheets and games. And if you want to level up even more, check out platforms like Nearpod or Pear Deck. These let you build interactive quizzes and polls right inside your presentations, turning students from passive viewers into active participants.
Okay, let's shift gears. We're moving on to Section 4. We're going from the in-class stuff to the back-end systems, the things that keep you organized and sane. And honestly, this is what separates a hobby from a professional teaching business.
So the heart and soul of your management system is something called an LMS, or Learning Management System. Think of it as your classroom's command center. It's the one central place for everything: your lesson plans, homework, student files, progress reports, all of it. It's truly the digital backbone of your entire operation.
And when you look at LMS platforms, you'll probably see 3 big names pop up. Google Classroom is awesome because it's so simple and plays so nicely with Google Drive. Then you've got Moodle and Canvas. These are kind of the heavyweights, with tons more features and ways to customize.
And look, there's a really good reason why these are so important. UNESCO said it best. These digital systems are what create lesson continuity and accessibility. Think about it. A student can log in anytime to watch a class recording, find their homework, or review materials. It just makes learning so much more accessible for everyone.
Okay, so beyond the LMS, there are a couple other key areas to manage. First up is assessment. Tools like Google Forms, Kahoot, or Quizzes are fantastic for tracking how your students are doing. Then there's scheduling. Oh man, scheduling, especially when you're dealing with different time zones. A tool like Calendly or Acuity Scheduling is an absolute lifesaver. It automates all the booking and reminders, saving you a ridiculous amount of time. And we can't forget about storage and security. It's one thing to have all your resources neatly organized in a cloud drive like Google Drive or Dropbox. That's super important. But it's just as crucial to protect all that data. We're talking about your data, and especially your students' data. That means using good cybersecurity habits, like a password manager and always using two-factor authentication.
And let me be super clear about this. This is not optional. The OECD put it bluntly. Data security is now a mandatory operational requirement. It's non-negotiable. Being a professional online teacher today means being a responsible guardian of your students' private information. Period.
So, you've got your tech stack built. It's running like a well-oiled machine. What's next? Well, for our final section, let's look to the future. We're going to talk about what's coming down the pike for online ESL tech so you can stay ahead of the curve and future-proof your career.
Okay, check this out. AI for lesson planning? That's not science fiction, that's happening right now. In the super near future, get ready for amazing speech recognition tools that give your students instant pronunciation feedback. And looking out a little further, say by 2026, we could seriously be looking at the first wave of fully immersive virtual reality classrooms. How cool is that?
But you know, with all this talk of AI and VR, we have to remember something really important. One thing never changes. Your tech stack? It's an incredibly powerful enabler. It's a tool. But it's just that, a tool. It's you, the teacher, with your expertise, your passion, and your connection to your students. That's what brings it all to life.
Because at the end of the day, the best tool isn't the one with the most bells and whistles. It's the one you truly master. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What will you build?